halfway done studying, but since I'm already here, I'm gonna just share some tip of like when you're studying, what you should do. Okay. Okay, so the first tip that I normally do is I read the lecture, or like if my professor record their lecture, I go in that lecture and I get the information in. I take some notes and stuff. Once I'm done taking those notes, I just close the notes and try to remember what have I learned from those notes, right? Without even, like putting it in like eyesight, right? You don't have to do the exact same thing that I normally do, but it's just a tip that I do. If you find it useful, you could, use it. If you don't, then just comment down below which one do you use, But what I normally do is I close my notes and try to remember some stuff that I wrote down in my notes. And sometimes I teach it to, anybody. I teach what I learned so that way it could stick in my head. And after that, I go to Quizlet or Kahoot, whatever it is. And my professor actually make a Kahoot for us to study. So he gave us everything that we need to study. All we gotta do is just go and apply it, So I'm really grateful for my professor. So I go to Kahoot and I use the flashcard method to basically recite the lecture, recite what the key words and the key things that I've gained from my notes in the lecture. And once I know everything from the flashcard, I go and quiz myself from the chapter. So I do it by chapter. So everything I'm teaching you right now, I apply them by chapter. So that way everything could click in. Because I'm a type of person that if I don't go step by step, nothing's gonna click. So for me to be able to learn, I have to break down the chapter. So let's just say if we're gonna have an exam chapter 1 through chapter 4 or chapter 5. From chapter 1 through chapter 5, I have to break down each chapter to know each part and to dissect each section. So that way if I come across a quiz or exam, in the exam I don't get stuck, you know what I'm saying? And when I do it that way, yes, it takes more time, but then again, it's like I know everything, so I could pass my test and I don't have to be worrying about not failing the class, And with anatomy 1, I had passed it 1, the lecture, but the lab, I didn't pass the lab. From the school that I was, when I did my transcript, they told me I had to take both classes again. And this time around, I took it around the summertime, which means that for me to, hurry up and pass it, And because, the summer term is very short, so you got to be quick with it, And that's exactly what I did. So far, I'm just being patient. I'm just being patient. I really hope I pass this time because I'm trying to get into the program. I'm trying to get to my nursing program, bros, by the end of this year or start of next year, and I claim it, what I'm saying? So all you gotta do is put in the work. But I tried to listen to podcasts, to make a podcast about my studyings too, but I don't got time for that. I rather do the flashcard because the flashcard is so helpful. I find it so helpful in the visual learning. You know what I'm saying? You looking at what you're learning while you're using your flashcard is better. So I recommend if you're taking a lab class, do the flashcard for your lectures, and then for the lab use flash card something. I use this app that it's label something. I forgot the name of it, but if I do, I'm just gonna put it down, like put it up on the screen. But those two websites that I normally use be so much helpful. And I use ChatGPT too, just to quiz me on the chapter. You know, sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. And if I'm having a hard time to stick what I need, what needs to be stick, I go to ChatGPT and I tell ChatGPT, hey, can you explain this to me as if I was a 5-year-old, or can you explain this to me in a way for me to understand it better, or can you use a short term, or can you relate it to this thing, or like relate it to something relatable, so that way it stick in my head. Or I normally use mnemonic. Is it that called mnemonic? I don't know, but like those little words, you break it down to, like if I said, like for example, cipher word, right? And then, you know, like on the sternal have 3 parts. It have the first, it have this, and then the second is the body, and then the third is the cipher word. I don't know the first one, that's why I didn't say anything. But my thing is, the middle is the body, and then the like the dingly thing is the cipher word, right? And then I think the top one, I could, you know what, I have to know it, so let's go back to it, shall we? Okay, it got 3 parts, right? The cipher, and then the body, and then the sternal angle. So actually it's manubrum. Yeah, so it got 3 parts: manubrum, body, cipher, right? So those 3 parts, right? Let's just say I didn't know it, right? I could have just put MBX. Well, MBX. And then I come up with a word, so that way it stick. You know, like, I don't know if you're understanding where I'm coming from, but all I'm saying, my voice is killing. I feel like I'm getting sick, bro. But like, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Like, find shorter ways to understand the material. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah, like I'm just sitting out up here. I'm like, you know what? I should definitely teach y'all how to study in a way that is not too complicated. And that's my take on it. You know what I'm saying? So if you enjoy this video, please give it a like, a comment, subscribe. You know, if you want to see this pretty face, you know what I'm saying? Subscribe. I'm just, you know, like, I'm on a journey. So if you want to be on my journey, by all means, please subscribe. Okay, I promise, finger promise, I promise you get a video from me every time. Well, every week. I guarantee you, every week you're gonna get a video from me. Cause I used to say Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I have school on Tuesday. It's not really like, I'm not giving an excuse, but right now I have school on Tuesday, so I can't do 2 a week, but I could do 1 a week. So I'm gonna post every week for you guys, for me too, because I want to see my journey. Like, you know, it's just like motivate me to keep going, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, if you want to hop on this journey with me, please give me a like, a comment, subscribe, turn on your post notifications, so that way every time I post, you'll be the first one to know. Yeah, like, I am so happy, guys. We're at 119 subscribers. Well, I'm not even gonna call you guys subscribers. I'm gonna say, you know, I need to give you guys a name. You know, like, I'm gonna find that out. But right now, we're gonna put you as my online friends. Yes, my online friends. You know what I'm saying? So yes, we're at 119 online babes. So yeah, if you wanna hop on with me. Hope you guys stay safe, stay blessed. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. Bye guys. Love y'all.